hustler here. Bonafide hustler here. Stare of death. A bonafide hustler here. Hey guys, let's look at some of my recent finds. What's up guys? Chris Bonafide Hustler here, coming to you live from echoey ass freaking room inside the Hustler compound. That's what I'm gonna name my house from now on, the compound. Hey guys, if you're checking out the channel for the very first time, this is what I do to make extra spare money on the weekends and weekdays. I go to garage sales, yard sales, thrift stores, swap meets, flea markets, anything I can get my hands on to get some extra spare money, and it does really well. So if you watch the channel, you'll actually get to learn how I do it. Alright guys, I'm gonna show you some of the cool stuff I found in the past couple weeks. Because I have a vintage/antique booth, I buy old jackets, and we're about to come upon the season of winter here, maybe fall. But I bought this jacket right here for $3. It's a vintage Esprit jacket, really cool, speculated to be women's of course, and that's going to be in the booth. I think this is probably going to sell for about 27 to maybe 35 bucks. Now if you live in a town like mine, there are a lot of hipsters around. Hipsters love crazy stuff like this. This is a vintage vest. It's really cool, crazy, old colors, and I think this is going to bring about 30 to maybe 35 bucks at the booth. I paid $3 for this at a Goodwill. Now if you guys saw my last ride along, which I will post right here real quick, I came upon an actual kind of shed sale that had a lot of crazy stuff, really good prices. So I picked up a bunch of nerdy little games and World of Warcraft art books. And here is an example of wow art books right here. World of Warcraft, pretty cool. Got about 5 of these things. 12 bucks total score. I expect each book to sell anywhere between 17 to about 25 bucks. Should I do it? Wow! 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 Now outside of that deal, I actually spent 20 bucks and got a bunch of games and some Warhammer stuff. Now I've done really well at Warhammer stuff, so now that I see Warhammer crap all over the place, I start buying it. But anyway, here's some of the games. Dungeons and Dragons, San Juan by Rio Grande Games, Thurn and Taxis, and here are the Warhammer things. A Space Rhino! Space Rhino! Oh! And a new in-box Space Rhino. I'm pretty sure I'll do really well on that deal. Let's go look at some more stuff. I slammed down 8 bucks on this vintage Abercrombie & Fitch backpack, which is made of canvas. Really cool, and it has a cooling sleeve inside of it, so you can put some cool beverages, or food, or dopios. Not dopios, but you get the point. I can tell it's kind of a vintage because of the logo, and also they don't build stuff like this anymore. Canvas stuff is really in high demand, especially if it's quality made. I expect to probably sell this thing somewhere between $40 and $80. I swung 5 bucks on this frickin' Sony boombox / ghetto blaster. That's what I'm talking about. This thing's really cool. This thing's wild. I think this thing can probably sell somewhere between $40 and $80. On Monday, I actually popped 20 bucks on this, which is a vintage Pioneer receiver. Silver front, I like it. I love anything silver front that's especially, vintage looking. So I actually pop on Technics, however you want to call it, Pioneer, Sansui, brands like that. Now this one's really neat. It's not one of the top of the line. It's probably considered a mid-grade. The reason I know that is because the top of the line ones, if you do your research, they have a lot of buttons up front. This one doesn't have as many, so I know it's a mid-grade Pioneer. But do your research and take a look at completed eBay auctions on vintage receivers, especially Technics. These right here, the Pioneers, Symphonic, and I believe Sansui is a really decent, those are the decent ones that people buy, at least out of my booth alone. Now you can tell this thing's really heavy. Ah! And that's because back then things just weighed a whole lot. And don't forget to test them out. I think this thing's got resale of about 50 to about 100 bucks. Picked this up yesterday, a vintage 1983 Above All Grand Marines? Maritime Museum? Mariner! It's Marnier, guys. Grand Marnier. A really good liquor infused with orange stuff. It's really cool, and if you look really closely, it actually has some cutouts right there. Wow! So it was 6 bucks. I think this is going to bring about solid 30 to about 50 at my booth. I also bought a bunch of bikes, which I will flash right about here. Now these bikes are just varying prices, of course, and of course I'm going to be making money on every single one of them. I found about 5 in the past week, and these suckers right here are just, that's like my bread and butter. I know bikes so well that I don't even really have to think twice about them. But these are kind of the styles of bikes that I'm going for if the price is right. Okay guys, so I hope you like my finds. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Bonafide Hustler channel. Find me on Facebook, the Bonafide Hustler, and now on Twitter, YouTube Hustler. Now if you're also down to check out my other YouTube project, which is called Bod Damn, my fitness channel, then go check out Bod Damn. I'll leave a link below. You guys can just have fun with that channel. It's really gonna show you a lot of stuff about fitness and how I stay in pretty good health and stay pretty positive, you know? Alright, so thanks for the support guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take it easy. Bye. The most important thing is you don't want to add to the low part. In the low sections, when your business is in a slump, you want to make sure that you're going back to exactly